Ba-da-boom. Same blue. Oh, this is pre-patch. Doesn't matter though. We're looking at the late game. Oh, look at all those mighty workers. Yeah, good opening. Everything was on time or early, which is good. 15-15 macro opener. Overlord staying home, which is nice because we want to catch any proxy shenanigans, right? Queen's out on time. Yeah, that's fine. Taking a base elsewhere. We obviously lost our Overlord. That's really a shame. Is this standard for the Terran meta to just open up one Marine and just do this? Look, we see these taking a base. I would have rather us come up here, right? Because then we can see reactor, we can see the factory. We know this is standard Hellion timing, right? We didn't gain any information coming here. So if the Overlord's going to die anyway, dive it into here and at least figure out what your opponent's trying to do. Now, we did get a supply block, which is to be expected. Oh no. How many Overlords we got coming? 2 more? Beautiful. Now we're at 4 minutes. But the Hellion's coming out. He's got a Raven, which is interesting. Our worker count's not bad, but it's not where it needs to be. 16 Lings is hugely overkill. I think we honestly should be taking this base. We've got Overlord here to detect any rotational movement. We don't have an Overlord here to find any rotations, which is a huge problem, right? Because he's rotating now, but we're going to catch it here. Well, he's waiting for the other 2 Hellions to catch up. Oh, good catch, but we didn't quite get it. We lost a lot of Lings for nothing because we weren't on creep and the Hellions weren't damaged. I think games like this, I feel like if you're struggling with understanding when to engage with Lings versus this kind of stuff, just fucking make roaches, man. Beautiful. Catch everything. Excuse me. That tree caught on fire, right? That's a cool detail. That's really cool. Yeah, Overseer. Where is it? Where did it go? It like morphed too far away. It didn't go around. We see him taking a third. Again, we're floating so much money. We are such a greedy 1 gas Zerg, right? Again, we're doing all this tech. This tech could have got us an upgrade instead. These hatcheries, why couldn't these hatcheries just be here and here? And this. These Hellions, how do these get in? You know how they get in? We don't have an Overlord here and here, right? We can't wait for this to happen. He comes up here, straight away he sees the Queen here, he sees no Lings. He's going to dive in. And I feel like if he had Blue Flame, this would be an amazing trade anyway. Either way, he's still going to kill a ton of Lings for this. Trade it even. Okay, you're doing alright. But it's 6 minutes, and we're definitely not at the worker count we need to be. These hatcheries, I just don't think they needed to happen. I really feel like we should have taken this and should have taken this. We're in a position where we didn't take any major damage. Like, we lost Lings, right, but we didn't lose... We lost bugger all drones, really, from that opening. But we know the Terran's on 3 base now, so we need to be starting to think about what we're going to be doing next. It's going Terran mech again. This is a proper mech player, though. Look at this stuff. So this is a really good game where you could go for something like Muta, right? He is going for Vikings, which is nice. But something like Muta can really take a player like this off tilt when you kind of show it with a bunch of Muta randomly. But I know Underfitted isn't trying to play like that anymore. Maybe I need to go back to playing 1 gas. This is a lot of fucking money. Like, if you play just 1 gas and you actually stick with it... Is the webcam not on? Hey, Zenzai? So, yeah, I feel like there's a lot of money. We're finally hitting a good drone count. We're a little bit later than we'd like to be. I feel like if we didn't handle... Oh, it's been a while. I've had the webcam for a little while on, but I think I had some issues with it recently, but I haven't been streaming much either lately, so heaps of money. We're getting overseers, which is really sick. We're injecting these hatcheries. I'd love to see these fully saturated though, just a couple of extra drones just to help out, and then we get into our upgrades, because it is almost 9 minutes in and we do not have a single upgrade, where Terran is getting 1-1 and he's getting mag field for Cyclones. I'm assuming he thinks there's going to be either a Muta transition, it's either going to be a Muta transition or maybe some sort of Corruptors or something, and that's what he's going to. Yeah, I mean, I'm technically still in Masters, right? I mean, if I play 1 game and lose, I'm probably still going to be in Masters. I'm just not playing at the moment. I'm not enjoying the patch. I don't like the patch. I don't like where it is and where it went. I don't enjoy all of it at all. So he's doing a little bit of a harass. We've got tons of these bad boys. We need to be dropping these and just setting them out. Heaps of drones, oversaturated, because again, we didn't take this base and we didn't take this base. He would have seen this, but I reckon we could have mined a ton of this. Unfortunately, it's just a headset mic and it sucks. I've got a proper desktop mic, but I cannot for the life of me get it to work. I've spent hours trying to figure it out. So I've had to just bin that idea and stick with a crappy headset mic, unfortunately, mate. I'm sorry. I wish I didn't. 17 overlords at once is unique. But we're getting the changelings out. A lot of changelings, and I'm really excited. I've tried plugging it in. Thank you, Thrawn. Yes, I've tried plugging it in. I have actually spent hours frustratingly fucking screaming at the microphone for not working. It should just work when it's plugged in. But it's not that simple for some reason. So, with the changelings, we see he's got this base. We see he's not got this base. We get right in here. Now, I've tried unmuting and muting everything. I just don't know what's going on. We see he's got double upgrades pumping. Awesome information gained from the changelings here. Right? We have a little bit of creep here, which is great because it's given us a pre-warning for this. I feel like if you're going to chase this though, I've moved the ports as well. I can't figure it out, guys. I've tried everything. I'm not a tech guru, but I just don't know what's going on. We're going for double spire. We're going for ultralisks. We're getting our upgrades a little late, which is, I mean, it's better than nothing, right? But if you're going to be chasing a handful of Hellions like this, I think you'd rather just make some roaches. Make some roaches, make it easy for yourself. You're rich as hell here. Like, just make the game simple, right? Again, we see the rotation with the Hellions. We know they're no longer a threat, right? There's huge information to be gained from this. Putting putting changelings into your game is going to make your life a lot easier going forward. I'm not sure if the queens are going to attack or whether what the point of them coming here is. Thank you for joining us either way, guys. Appreciate it. I wish I could fix the mic, but unfortunately I'm stuck. We're going to lose a lot of the lava here. Yeah, maybe they're there to insert Hellions. I feel like they might have got misclicked down here and they just kind of left. Because we've got good creep spread here, right? And if they come here or here, the queens in this position aren't really going to be in a good spot. Hellions are good. Hellbat's a good move. Because a handful of lings ain't going to deal with that very easily. Where are we at as far as drones go? We're at 90 drones. We've hit the good drone mark. Tons of money. Now we need to get into how we're going to end the game. 1-1-1. Yeah, we've got 1-1 as well. Beautiful. Getting into more upgrades. Fantastic stuff. Yeah, the queens. I'm not seeing the tumors being used half as efficiently as they probably should be. I hope we're building drones for this. Yes, beautiful. 6 and 6. That's sick. We're getting upgrades. Get this upgrade, please. Because we are in a really rich position compared to where we were in the other game. We see that the Terran's got a bunch of bases. There's a little bit of he's floating so much energy on the CCs. I think Terrans just get terrified of spending it in case they get lurker bashed or something, but that's crazy to me. This is that's a painful misclick. So this happens when we build the, you know what, I'll go back and show you. When did this get built? Okay. We'll go slow. I feel like it's important to understand how these things happen. No, we should have stayed there and finished that off. We really should have. When did we build? Yeah, we really need a lot more tumors here. Hatchery. Oh, what have we got selected? Wait. I feel like we were going to win this, so we should have just left these lings here. These lings from the back would have actually killed the Hellbat by then. So what are we selecting? And then we go here. Grab drones. Go to the base. Hatchery, extractor. Or hatchery, extractor. We build drones and we're rallying them to the extractors before they're built. When this happens, they arrive. Oh, these are the drones that are actually going down to build it. But when the drones arrive, they're actually just going to the unbuilt geyser. They don't know that they're going to arrive to a finished geyser, so the extractors need to be done before you build the drones and rally them into the extractors, or else you get this. I feel like this Terran's not super rich. Composition is easily beatable by Broodlord Corruptor with a single Viper or something like that. And now he's starting to feel not super confident, right? Because he's got this up here, but he's not really expanding a whole lot. There's no turrets here. Like, this is asking to get absolutely Broodlorded. Even Swarm Host would be sick here. Now again, what did the changelings say? I wonder at what point we realize this is happening. Ah, that's bad luck. Old mate's coming up here though. He sees a PF, which is good. He sees a Hellions coming up here, which means you have time to rotate now, right? Here we go. This is good stuff. We did the same thing here. I thought they start mining if the extractor has already been placed when they start moving, but not if it's an empty geyser. Yeah, so he had built So he told drones from up here to go down and build these, and then instantly built drones and rally them to the geysers. But the geysers weren't even, the extractors weren't even started. So these drones are literally just going to the geyser. They're not going to the extractor. They don't know that they need to be here mining gas. So anytime you do that kind of maneuver, you need to make sure you grab drones from close by, build the extractors, and then build the drones to go into them. You've got a really kind of weird, clunky army here. Oh, okay, we're getting Broodlords, thank God. I was like, what are we doing with our stuff here? I don't see what our army is. 10 roaches and like 20 lings. Like, what are we doing? The concern here, right? These Hellions. The concern here is, you saw that he's got Vikings already. So what's made him scan here? What's gotten his attention? Oh, this little marine has gone and done it. Now, the Broodlords come in first. The Broodlords come in first because they remove the tanks. When the tanks are removed, holy shit, does this get easy for you. They literally kill themselves, right? Watch this. Tanks shoot themselves. Tanks shoot themselves. Roaches do their job. You could actually follow this up with Hydralisks or drop a parasitic bomb on this. We had a Viper. I'm assuming he did not last long. He probably came in here. He got obliterated. Alright. So we got no army again. So what's the plan now? Because this amount of Vikings can actually be a problem. Luckily he wanted to go home. This amount of queens though with full energy is pretty good. So we've got corruptors, right? But corruptors don't beat ground army. I think we need to forget going lings. The saturation as well hurts a lot. We built Hydralisks without having the upgrades. We haven't got Adrenal. We're only finally getting 3-3, and we keep forgetting to get like our actual good upgrades here. We do have drones mining here, which is fantastic. I think with the money you've got as well, just invest in bringing a queen down here, spreading some creep, just to have it past here, and then drop a couple of spines. Spine spore, whatever. Taking this fight versus Thor and Viking with just a handful of corruptors, absolutely garbage. Nothing good is going to come of this. Good to see the girls are doing their job and they're getting some creep spread. Where's our attention going, right? We can leave that. We can absolutely leave this, just build a couple of spines, and this will take care of itself when it gets a chance to, right? It'll take 36 seconds or whatever, but you'll lose maybe 5 drones. Who cares? Remake the drones, resaturate the gases when you're done. How's this attack going to go for us? It's okay, so quick glance here, right? The problem with Vikings is they've got some insane range in the air. 9 range, right? Verse 6. This, straight away, this is too much Viking versus too little Corruptor. And he also has the impressive firepower of the Thor underneath, and a lot of Thors as well. So if these Corruptors actually stay and fight, they aren't going to last long. And he gets a little missile on them as well. Absolutely slaughtered. How quickly? So 41 to 12 basically. Lost 400 minerals or 400 resources for 3k. We can afford to take these fights if we're taking them well, but what we can't afford to do is take them poorly. The girls are coming down finally. The point of that move, Thrawn, is that's what happens when we don't have changelings to see what our opponent's army is doing. Now over here we are in danger, right? Because siege tanks will fucking wreck Hydralisks. Wreck them very hard. But the Vikings don't do well against the Hydralisks, obviously, because once the Hydralisks are on the ground, the Vikings can't attack them, blah, 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 blah. So what would be key here is a parasitic bomb and a blinding cloud. If we are going to retreat up to here, we definitely do not want to come down and attack this. We want to let him come to us. I don't mind the spines, but I'd love to see some consuming here. We're letting our saturation get the better of us. And we're just going to sacrifice the base, I guess. Are the Lings going to rally through this? They're going to get slaughtered. Yeah, go for the Raven. Good choice. This is a better game because we're actually taking more of the map, but I feel like we can also be still way greedier here. So what is going to be our move here? We should be already prepping to avoid losing drones. And this is where changelings come in super handy, right? We can see him packing up his army. 24 Hydra, 14 Ling, not great. We probably aren't mining. Nope. We're not mining anywhere near a 90 drone economy. So going into 90 drones is great if you're using it, but as you can see here, every single base is fucking wildly oversaturated. So you need to keep moving the drones quicker than this. These queens should just be like hold C and go zip and just spread fucking creep everywhere. How are we gonna go here? Parasitic bomb, please. If you've got lurkers, I don't think you want lurkers. You don't want time for lurkers, right? Oh no. That's good. That's nice. We don't want to get lured into this though. So we want to come up here. Have we got enough energy? We have enough energy for one. Yeah, exactly right. It's 3 base Zerg on 90 drones. It's wildly oversaturated. He's making 1 base worth of minerals. It's a 1 base Zerg with 90 drones. This feels like a very uniquely Zerg problem to have. We've got the lurkers, which is cool. It slows things down. It gives us time. We can go back and get our Vipers ready and stuff, which I really hope we're doing. And at some point, we need to either take this fight or we need to counterattack. This should absolutely crush this if we're giving it the attention it deserves. We want a blinding cloud, and we want a blinding cloud the Thors, please. Thors are really good fighting units. I don't think they get the respect that they deserve, honestly. Look at this, right? Every single second, basically 47 damage at 11 range to air units, and on the ground it is doing almost 80 damage every second. It's actually doing more because it's doing 0.91. So 2 attacks at 39 damage. It's an insanely good unit. It's just huge and clunky and slow. So take away its range, take away its firepower, and it doesn't last long at all. A Hydralisk as well is doing 15 damage, minus the 4 armor of the Thor. Like, they're still doing decent damage. Because we didn't have creep spread, we let this siege up on us, and now we're going to have to sack the base. We're almost done here. I feel like this is actually going to be a loss. We need to probably spend a bit more time. We need to learn how to fit creep spread into our APM here. And a lot more practice with the Vipers. We need to be a little bit more quick with the Vipers. A handful of Lings at the front of your army to also take like the brunt of the siege tank fight would be really useful. But the fact that we're sitting on a 76 drone economy, we've lost 40 workers as well, so we've had a lot of workers. Oh my god, the trades. We can't afford to take these fights. Look at that. Half kills the Hydralisk, right? So two hits will kill the Hydralisk. He's got this base. He's taken his side of the map. If this was me playing as a Terran, I'm like, this Zerg's obviously dead. There's nothing here. It's a very heavy tank army, and I would like to pray. We've got Neural Parasite. So again, we want changelings, but we don't have any fucking overseers to do this. We've got all our upgrades, which is nice. We've got these two. We've got 2-2 coming. Is he on 3-3? He's on 3-3. He just needs vehicle attack for air. So if this was me, obviously changelings need to find a way into here, or you need to sacrifice an overseer first to find out where he is and what he's doing. For this kind of fight, I think the Broodlords need to come in first. You need to probably just move them straight into the tanks, get them onto the tanks, like really right click, and then as that's going on, the Corruptors come in straight behind them, and they're just moving because they can only attack the Vikings, and then we neural parasite the Thors when the tanks are dead. Because we don't have vision, we don't know how this army's set up, we can't pre-plan anything. And with the lurkers you've got here, you could actually cause him some serious problems by just coming into here and sieging up at the same time. If he has to fight on two fronts, things get harder for him too. So how do we handle this fight? Okay, that's a choice. Beautiful. We got rid of a Thor. We almost got rid of a siege tank. Just don't worry about these. Just please don't worry about them. Alright, so neural parasite. Nah, easy win. Siege tanks helped out a lot. Move forward with the corruptors. Now we don't have corruptors, right? It creates a problem because we can't just simply kill this. But now we have enough. We can move up. We really don't want to kill Vikings with fungals though, when we had units that could attack them. Insane trades, right? Insane trades, but in saying that as well, this Terran still only has like mass tank, basically versus you mass tank. If you just had a little bit of a better economy, this is exactly why we don't want to be fucking wasting our corruptors on this shit. Building a couple more extra things. We need one more fungal to finish this bad boy off. Can we please get it? This will free up some supply. Alright. Broodlords first. But see, now because we didn't get rid of this bloke, he's going to get so much done. We finally got rid of it. This is interesting because we're miles behind here, so we're not gonna win this though because the Vikings are gonna slaughter these Broodlords so fucking fast. Again, we don't know that he's got this base. We're actually losing everything at home to a handful of Hellbats. One parasitic bomb and some corruptors would have been awesome here. We cannot fight into this with infestors, man. Now, being that this was the old patch, this is obviously very different. And this person has learned some serious lessons from this. But this lack of moving the drones around was prevalent even in the newer game as well. I'm just trying to picture like moments that were really bad trades. But like nothing... it's just, I guess it's a lot of really small trades. Really bad trades over time, because here we're even, right? I'm just going to keep this the units lost tab floating up here. 1,000, 1,500, but we've got 95 workers. We've got 95 workers at 9 minutes, and we failed to fucking utilize it at all. We should be on the fucking map. We should be taking everything at this point. What has he got? 10 tanks and 4 Vikings with some Hellions. There's no reason, like, you can't go into Swarm Host or something like that. I get that you want to be getting into your... You want to be doing late game, you're forcing late game compositions, but also, like, that doesn't mean you have to kind of ignore an opportunity if you see it. I mean, smelling blood in the water and going for it is a big skill as well. Yeah, just lack of, like, this is a very um, gold level, almost like moving drones around. To have this many drones and only be like actually mining, fuck all of them. Like, how much are we producing? We're probably on like a 90, slightly more than like an 80 drone economy right now, which is nice. But we could be doing so much more, and with this money that we've got, no trades, and then what do we do here? We challenge the Hellions, right? 10,000, 1,000, sorry, my bad. We challenge the Hellions, like, mid-map. Boom. We just gone up another 1,000 resources. And then we get challenged here as well. The Hellions are giving us way too much trouble. For a handful of Hellions, they're giving us way too much trouble. This fight here was absolutely fucking catastrophic. What are we dealing with? Like, literally a handful of tanks. A handful of tanks and some Vikings nearby. This is the other thing, right? This is where changelings, again, they come in fucking handy, because we can see how he's moving his army around. We can predict what he has. Well, not even predict, we know what he has. And when we know what he has, we can build better armies that counter him better. But what we can't do is just fucking guess. And we're losing another bunch of shit here. We lost a ton here for nothing. We knew he went Vikings here. I think I mentioned it before. We knew he already had Vikings. We've seen Vikings around the map sniping stuff. You cannot commit into a fight with Vikings with another air unit unless you have fucking heaps more of them, or you have something up your sleeve that's going to change the maths on the fight. These things do really good damage. They have really good range. We're talking 24 versus armored, right? 24 damage per shot. Like, what, one every 1.5 seconds as well. It's really good DPS. It's really good DPS at a really good range. Coming into their range at 9 range means you're losing like a corruptor and a half, maybe 2, just getting in. And then if you leave, you're losing like a corruptor and a half or 2 leaving. I think if these queens weren't here, you probably lose the game at this stage, because the Vikings land and they just crush so much stuff. No OH&S down here at all. Drones are just left to fend for themselves. These two Hellbats. Oh no, they do get cleaned up by the queens. My bad. But the lack of creep here, letting that siege tank attack come up here and do that, was crazy. Losing these lings here for free. The Viking, I really like the Viking here, because the Viking is like an anti-Viper tool. You've shown him Corruptors, you've shown him Broodlords, you've shown him Vipers at this stage. You've shown him that he needs these Vikings here. He can't be fucked making ghosts, and I respect it. But you've shown him what he needs to counter you. We did the yoink. I missed that in the first run through. Tell me... Oh, the Terran army is pretty big. He's pulled pretty much everything there. But tell me that this wouldn't have been a shit ton better with a blinding cloud here and a parasitic bomb here. We've got 2 Thors, fantastic. But we lose the base. We lose the Viking. We lose a Viper. And again, the lurkers slow this down, but they are not trading well. Unless he's stupid enough to walk into you, they're not trading. So this kind of got out of hand, like, really slowly. We blinding cloud the tanks. The tank. No, 2 tanks? 2 tanks. How many tanks are here? We blinding cloud the 2 tanks, but the Thors up here are kind of separated from the rest of the army. And like, you could have blinding clouded this, parasitic bomb that, and then put the lurkers here, and the tank suddenly can't help you. Or can't help him. The lurkers being like just sitting here like this, really bad. The tanks sneaking up. It just kind of all fell apart in so many ways. And we're still at like 76. Like, a lot of diamond zergs don't even make it at 70 drones. You got there so fast and then like refused to kind of commit to one good push based on the information you had, and then you slowly revealed to him the information that you slowly revealed your army to him, and then you kind of just die. This was an awesome trade, and then we fucked up here. I don't know why we did this, right? This was actually probably what lost you the game in full here. These are shit. If these were Vipers, you could have won the game. Let me explain. You come in, yoink yoink, Broodlords finish everything off instantly, parasitic bomb this, you can keep your Corruptors alive, and you can actually start mounting a real counter attack. Because look how quickly they clean that up. Your only danger here is the Mass Viking, and for some reason you just hand over your only unit that shoots up right now in your army. You hand it over willy-nilly and just turn it into Broodlords, which you didn't need. You already had Broodlords and you already have Lurkers, which hopefully, yep, they are upgraded with range. So now this becomes a matter of, you should be running in here and killing these as quickly as possible and then sieging this up. The Vikings cannot take the fight if you're constantly coming in and parasitic bombing them. Only chance to win this. Do I think it could have done it? Probably not. But this is 1500 gas. 1500 gas on units that just do 20 damage in a small splash on air units. Like, we don't need this. He's just buying his time until he gets enough Vikings to just walk in and just crush this. We don't need to come up here. If we had changelings here, if we had overseers here, we would have seen this and gone, fuck, you know what, this fight, not worth it. 17k to 35k. He's got a shit ton of Thors, which these don't help against, right? These are in siege tank range. So a neural parasite lasts literally no seconds, didn't delay jack shit, and they're fucking useless. Haven't got enough corruptors to stop anything here. A parasitic bomb here would have been sick. Blinding clouds here. Wait, where was it? A blinding cloud here would have done infinitely better for you. And you know the biggest issue, right? The Thors are chunked in here, right? They're stuck together. As the Broodlords push them, their only way is forward. And when their only way is forward, guess what happens? Another blinding cloud. And then another blinding cloud. If you have lurkers here and you're blinding cloud them, they will literally walk into the lurkers unless they're being microed back. If they're being microed back, they're not shooting because they're blinding clouded. They're clumped up like hell. And you can take out all the Thors, and then the parasitic bombs that are left can take out the Vikings with your handful of corruptors that you should have had here. This is why I don't like infestors. Because on paper they seem fucking great, but it's so easy to counter. And a Viper is just better. Being an air unit makes these things so much better versus Terran. Very simple. So I hope this helps. That was a tragic game. Tragic game. We killed 6 or something K, and we lost 9k. So a good trade if we had an economy, but we didn't have an economy, and we lost everything at home to a little Hellbat squad that was just absolutely wrecking. So yeah, that's it. That's it for me for the second one. That's going to be it for me for the night. Actually, I'm going to get up early, take the kids to school, and blah blah blah. But awesome game in some respects. We so greedy, but we are not using it well. Get into Vipers quickly, hold on to them, have them ready. Blinding Cloud is your friend. Changelings are your friend. The changelings that you did use, that you got onto the map, were great, and then we just never used them again. Absolutely tragic stuff, but fingers crossed this helps, and I'm sure I'll be doing some more replays soon enough. I'd like to see the Protoss one you showed me before. So fingers crossed, and I'll see you next time.